Okay, so now I want to talk about our second place finisher this year, Kent, who everybody loved. I don't think anybody hated Kent. People wanted other people to win, but everybody loved Kent. From Wampakoneta, Ohio. I got that right. Anyway, he had so many routines that just go on and on. Some that I'd like to talk about briefly. His first cha cha with Anya, I don't think could have went any better. Except he danced it terribly, but he just had so much fun with it, and I still watch it and get this huge grin on my face because he has so much fun out there on the dance floor, and it just shows. He did a Broadway piece, Shoeless Joe, with Neil, that was just so well choreographed. Just the fact that he could keep up with Neil and that they could both rotate at the same speed and their gymnastic skills were at the same height and stuff. So well done. He did another Broadway piece with Jose from Kiss Me Kate that was just quirky and fun, and it was so Ken, and he got to show off his personality. He did another cha cha last week or 2 weeks ago to My First Kiss with Anya. Again, just amazing. Just to see the growth from the first cha cha to the second cha cha, he actually was doing it. Um, he did a disco last week with Courtney that the judges hated, but I love disco and I thought he did such a great job with it. My favorite, he also did contemporary with Neil, How It Ends, heart wrenching. We got to see that again tonight. Um, Toss up between my favorites with him. He did Collide with Lauren, a contemporary piece that Adam just summed up so well, saying that it just felt so. You felt so intrusive watching it, and so embarrassed because you felt like you were watching them in a very personal moment, and you did because they went there with their dancing and they made it very personal and they let us see all the emotion in it. And then also, last night he did a contemporary piece with Allison called Sun Drenched that again was just so gorgeous, and I think it was the first time we really got to see him be emotionally touched by something, and because during the judging he wasn't his normal self, and Adam touched on that when it was time for him to judge, and I think it was the first time we really got to see more into Kent's emotional ability in dancing. So overall, Kent was an amazing dancer, and yeah, he deserved the win, but so did Robert, so did Lauren, so it was so hard, but Kent did a great job last night, and he should be very proud of himself for getting second. Okay, so last but not least, we're talking about 2010's America's Favorite Dancer, Lauren. Um, I've been reading from a list. I have a list of all the dances I want to talk about. So, just to make it quick, Lauren was just an amazing dancer. From the beginning, she was my favorite girl. I won't say I picked her to win it. I actually picked Robert. But she just, anything they threw at her, she could do. It's funny because I'm looking at my list here, and out of the 7 dances I listed, 4 of them are ballroom. And again, that just shows, like with Robert, the fact that she could do ballroom as a contemporary so well. Like a lot of times, ballroom is very hard for other people to get at, but she did so well with them. She did a cha cha with Pasha to Telephone near the beginning that was very, very good, and she did it technically good, not just performance wise, but technically she did a great cha cha. Um, she did another cha cha last night with Pasha to Not Myself Tonight, and again, it was a. Adam made a comment about it being an exhibition level professional dance, and it was. She did such an amazing job with it. She did a tango 2 weeks ago with Pasha that just, it wasn't necessarily the technique of the tango, which she did great. It was just the stillness of it and the sensuality and the sexuality behind all of her movements. She embodies the character, not just the dance. Her and Robert did a samba a few weeks ago, um, which didn't get a lot of talk, but the fact that both of them did an amazing samba and neither of them are ballroom, at least with when you're paired with a professional ballroom person, you can work up to them. But neither of them had done that before, and both of them just knocked it out of the park. She did a contemporary last night with Robert that I absolutely loved. Just the story behind it with the pillow, um, and about how tired and how long this whole process is, this whole competition. The camera issues there. Um, yeah, so let's continue about Lauren. So left off with only two more dances left to talk about. She did a hip hop routine a couple weeks ago with Twitch to My Chick Bad that again she got, and she danced and everybody was just like, where does this girl come from? Like, how can she do so well in all these different styles? And lastly, my favorite routine by her is one that didn't get a lot of talk. We didn't get to see it again, but she did a routine to If I Were a Boy with Dominic, and just the emotion behind the song, and the fact that one, she kept up with Dominic, two, she had the emotional connection with Dominic, and three, she had the emotional connection with the song, and you could just feel the emotion that she was dancing. And she was one of those that did what Adam always told every dancer to do on the show, and that's to don't worry about the steps and just dance the emotion. Like, feel the love or feel whatever emotions behind that and just go with it. Like, don't dance because you're in a competition. And I think Lauren embodied that, and Lauren showed that she was a versatile dancer and could do anything they threw at her. So I guess the last thing to say is congratulations to Lauren for winning So You Think You Can Dance 2010. And I am out of here. Peace.